The South Carolina Forestry Commission was established in 1927 with 3 charges: to protect the forest, promote the benefits of forest management, and to monitor the forest conditions. Today, South Carolina's forests provide the raw materials for one of our state's largest industries and continue to be a vibrant part of our economy with impacts in every county. Contributions through sales, jobs, and significant environmental benefits make the state flourish with more wood volume today than ever recorded. Working with an agency that impacts the state's economy and beauty makes me feel good about my job. And working in the great outdoors is a big part of most of the jobs with the Forestry Commission. Foresters, wildland firefighters, technicians, mechanics, and law enforcement officers get to enjoy the beauty of the outdoors while they work. 2 important positions in the Forestry Commission are firefighters and foresters. We'll take a look at the career of a wildland firefighter first. The South Carolina Forestry Commission is responsible for protecting nearly 13 million acres from wildland fire. The agency does this through a statewide wildland fire prevention, detection, and suppression network. The largest single group of employees, the wildland firefighters, or forestry technicians, report directly from their homes. These firefighters are based in every county with heavy equipment and hand tools ready for quick response to wildland fires. Some on bulldozers, some on foot, and some in the air protecting life, property, and forest land. Wildland firefighter positions provide an excellent opportunity for motivated individuals to form a foundation and gain fundamental experience for a successful career in wildland firefighting and forestry resource services. They assist with fire prevention and suppress wildland fires. Their duties are performed with a bulldozer tractor, hand tools, and water handling equipment. They construct fire breaks and water bars and assist with prescribed burning. These technicians also conduct routine equipment maintenance, assist with construction projects, and help investigate wildfires. They typically work an 8-hour day, 5 days a week. But the pace of work is really defined by emergency situations, mostly wildfires. The job may require long hours, working at night, and extended time away from home, working in adverse conditions. Initial and continuous job training is provided for all wildland firefighters. To become a forestry technician, you must be at least 18 years old, have a high school diploma, or the equivalent. It helps to have experience in forest fire protection, forest management, and the operation of heavy mechanized equipment, or any relevant work. A commercial driver's license is required, but you may provide a commercial learner's permit and obtain a CDL within 90 working days of employment. You also must pass the agency's physical fitness test. This requires a 2-mile walk carrying a 25-pound pack in less than 30 minutes. Firefighters must register with the State Fire Marshal's office and pass a criminal records background check. Drug tests are required for this entry-level position.
My name is George Martin. I work with the South Carolina Forestry Commission. I am a wildland firefighter, also called a Forestry Tech 1 in our agency. I have been fighting wildfires for 14 years. I enjoy helping protect the lives and property of the people of South Carolina as well as our natural resources. My job gives me the opportunity to give back to our community and to our wildlife. My job is very dangerous. I dislike seeing people be careless and not following the laws that are put in place when burning. A wildfire can impact the lives of people and wildlife of South Carolina. It takes away life, property, and economic growth for everyone. Family and friends had a positive influence on my life as a young man, along with working with the fire department as a fire apparatus technician. I also have a respect for protecting the property of others. Having an interest in the outdoors and preserving our state natural resources should be a priority. You must be able to work in very dangerous and hazardous conditions and be a team player. Being familiar with the operation of heavy equipment is also helpful. A candidate needs to have a high school diploma or a GED, be at least 18 years of age, be in good physical condition, and pass a criminal background check as well as a drug test. To be a wildland firefighter in South Carolina, you will need to pass the agency's physical fitness test that requires you to walk 2 miles carrying 25 pounds in 30 minutes or less. You need to have a commercial driver's license or a permit and obtain a CDL within 90 days of employment. Having firefighter experience or heavy equipment experience is a plus. As a wildland firefighter, you will use a variety of skills. Math will help you determine acreage, how fast the fire is spreading, and friction loss in a hose when pumping water on a fire. Reading and writing will help you fill out fire reports and required monthly forms. Business skills like time management, problem solving, and communication are skills that are used when fighting a wildfire. Technology skills include being able to use a GPS and operate a two-way radio while fighting a wildfire. Science is good for understanding natural resources like the fire triangle: heat, fuel, and oxygen. By taking away one side of the three elements, the fire will go out. Mechanical classes would be helpful when operating heavy equipment. Foreign language would be helpful when dealing with landowners. If you want to be a wildland firefighter, you have to be calm in threatening situations. It is hard work and can result in long hours, so you have to have a good work ethic and like what you do. You must understand fire and the abilities of your equipment. My advice would be to get a good education, join local civic groups such as a volunteer fire department or a law enforcement explorer program, and volunteer to help people in your community. An entry-level wildland firefighter salary usually starts at around $23,000 to $25,000 a year. You don't have to fight fires every day, so you may be called in to help with building and ground maintenance work or assist a forester with management work. You also have the opportunity to go out west on wildfire assignments, which could also increase your salary. Wildland firefighters are also hired by the U.S. Forest Service, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, National Park Service, and other federal agencies to suppress wildfires all over the United States. You can also take classes which would allow you to be a heavy equipment boss on large fires out west. You can also work in land management or in logging industry running heavy equipment. Firefighters can take technician training courses to assist more with forest management duties and get a salary increase. The next step would be to become a fire management officer and supervise firefighters and become a law enforcement officer. Joining our incident management team allows you further career paths on assignments for any natural disaster that could occur. You could join your local fire department, take a job working with heavy equipment on a farm, or take a summer job working at a state or county park. You could also ask to ride along with a fire management officer to see how we handle wildfires.
The second most common position with the Forestry Commission is a forester. There's 12.2 million acres of commercial forest land in South Carolina. 87% of those forests are privately owned. As a customer service agency, the Forestry Commission foresters work with landowners, large and small, to help them manage their forest lands to their maximum potential. This includes woodland management assistance, reforestation assistance, and performing forestry services like prescribed burning. These programs assist landowners in growing more timber and foster conservation and multiple use of the forest resource. Each county is assigned a forester to assist landowners throughout the state. These project foresters are available to assist with forest management advice and can prepare a written forest management plan with recommendations to help reach the landowner's objectives. The forester position has the greatest career latitude and opportunity for advancement to a supervisory or executive planning position in the agency. Newly hired foresters will either be assigned to work with private forest landowners, or they will be assigned to a state forest or into the Forest Inventory and Analysis Program. Foresters make woodland examinations and write plans tailored to the landowner's management objectives. Some of their objectives may include sustainable production of forest products, clean air and water, wildlife habitat, aesthetics, and to mitigate wildfire risk. They also do prescribed burning. Prescribed burning helps promote a healthy forest while lowering the risk of a wildfire event. Foresters are involved in fire prevention efforts and also respond to contain and suppress wildfires to help protect the over 12 million acres of forest land in South Carolina. Foresters also mark timber, supervise harvesting and planting operations, and work with wildlife, soil conservation, and other natural resource agencies. Other responsibilities are insect and disease checks. They also administer cost share programs for private landowners who have recently had their timber harvested. These cost share programs help to offset the cost of reforestation, which includes site prep and planting. Foresters may also work in specialty programs such as urban forestry, insect and disease management, marketing, conservation education, and environmental affairs. Foresters assist cities and towns with urban and community forestry assistance. Urban trees are essential components of community infrastructure that provide a multitude of benefits to improve the local environment, economy, and human health and well-being. As foresters, our goal is to help support and enhance long-term sustainable forests and provide technical, educational, and financial assistance to forest landowners, cities, towns, and government. To become a forester in South Carolina, you must obtain a bachelor's degree in forestry from a college or university accredited by the Society of American Foresters. You must be or become a registered forester within 2 years of employment by passing a written exam. My name is Grace Anna Cooper, and I work with the South Carolina Forestry Commission. I am a project forester. I've been in forestry for 7 years. My first 2 years I was in Montana on a timber crew and wildland fire crew. This July will be my 5th year as a project forester with the South Carolina Forestry Commission. I love being able to be outside with a flexible schedule, and having the diversity of different day-to-day activities is wonderful. One day I could be meeting with a landowner, helping them meet their objectives on their property, and the next I could be setting out bug traps to help monitor forest health issues. But my favorite part about the job is prescribed burning. Prescribed burning is an easy way to maintain a healthy forest. I absolutely love being outside. I grew up hunting and fishing with my dad. And when I went to college, I thought I wanted to be in biology, but I quickly realized that forestry was the path that I wanted to be on. You have to enjoy being outside in any weather, whether it's raining or hot in the summer. You have to be okay with being alone in the woods. 9 times out of 10 I'm by myself. You have to be okay with getting a little dirty. Some of our job sites can get really muddy. You have to give good, accurate information to the landowners, and you need to be professional and dependable. To be a forester, you need a bachelor's degree in forestry or a related natural resource field from a college or university that's accredited by the Society of American Foresters. In South Carolina, they require you to be registered before you can help landowners. This requires 2 years of experience and to pass a written exam. The South Carolina Forestry Commission requires you to be registered within 2 years of employment. You use a lot of different courses throughout your education in forestry. Some of the main ones are math, science, and English. You'll use math every day in forest measurements, like the Pythagorean theorem. I bet you thought you'd never use that again. I promise you, you will. I use it every day to measure tree heights. You also need math to calculate different acreages, trees per acre, and the amount of seedlings that you'll need to plant on any given acreage. You also use science every single day. Take all the ology classes you can take. Biology, physiology, zoology. You'll need them all to understand how trees and plants grow. You'll also need to be familiar with soil sciences. Soils are the fine factor that help you understand how fast a tree will grow and how well certain trees will grow on each soil type. You need to have a good understanding of wildlife habitat to help you understand and meet landowners' goals and objectives. Finally, you'll need English. English is huge because as foresters, we have to write down our recommendations, and we have to write them down in a way that landowners would understand what we mean to accomplish certain forest management goals and aspects on their property. You also have to be good at public speaking. Public speaking is huge because a lot of times with the Forestry Commission, we'll put on workshops for landowners and students to understand what we do and how we do it and what aspects we can help them with. Finally, is computer skills. You'll use computer skills for GPSing to get to your points out in the field, and also for mapping and creating maps for landowners. You need to continue to love being outside, and you need to learn how to spend time alone in the woods. 9 times out of 10, I'm by myself in the woods. In your studies, you need to focus on natural resources. You also need to enjoy being with landowners to meet their goals and objectives. Finally, you need to ask a forester if you can do a ride along with them. This is one of my favorite things to do. I absolutely love teaching young adults about the joys this job has to offer. Foresters have the greatest career latitude and opportunity for advancement in our agency. Entry-level positions start in the lower 30s and can go over $100,000 a year for supervisory or executive planning positions. As a forester, you can work in a lot of different places. You could work in the private sector as a consultant or a timber buyer. You could be an industry forester. You could work with power companies and manage the right-of-ways. You could work with the Forest Service in specific branches like stewardship or timber marking. You can also work along with cities, towns, and parks, along with military bases and colleges. All of these hire foresters, and they have a very competitive variety of salaries. There are a lot of opportunities for advancement with the South Carolina Forestry Commission. Our entry-level foresters usually work on state forest. Then you have your project foresters like me that work on a county-by-county basis. Then you have your specialty foresters, which consist of urban foresters, environmental foresters, and stewardship foresters. Finally, you have your upper management foresters. These supervise others and manage our statewide programs. Positions or internships in natural resource management or on a local plantation would definitely give you a leg up. Also, anywhere you can be a leader, as a sports team captain or a club president, can help boost your confidence and help you make those decisions that you need to make as a forester. Finally, definitely shadow a forester. I can't stress this enough. This will help you decide if this is the career path you want to take.